Next year's doves until you know winter's on the way. Brushing blinds and deer stands, the fever starts to creep. Fill our freezers full of ducks, lots of tender deer. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here.
Hi, I'm Kevin Reese from JustHunt.com. I'm here with my friend Jerry Reeves from Rednek Booda Outdoors here in Kearns, Texas. And we're going to talk about the Bowtech Insanity CPXL today. I'm going to step out of the way. I'm kind of biased when it comes to Bowtech, obviously, so I'm going to let Jerry handle the dirty work. Jerry, tell us a little bit about this Bowtech Insanity CPXL.
Well, folks, the Insanity CPXL, as you can obviously tell, is a longer axle-to-axle bow compared to the Invasion last year, which was their 7-inch brace height hunting bow. It has a 7-inch brace height, has the new hardcore split limb system, the overdrive cam system, has a 340 IBO speed rating on this bow, and it also has a little bit more reflex riser compared to last year. As far as the bow is concerned, the finish, they changed the finish to the Anorak finish system. It's a little bit more rigid, a little rougher. Looks like it might keep it a little cleaner. Folks, I'm kind of really excited about this bow because this is one of my top choices for 2012 as far as draw cycle and feel and finish. Well, let's get on with the testing.
All right, let's do it. You know, one thing I want to add is we've actually debated about this bow. I'm a short axle-to-axle kind of guy, and Jerry's a longer axle-to-axle kind of guy, and so we've actually debated about which bow is better. So I'm excited about getting this rolling too. I want you to come back when we're done and tell me which one you think is better. The one that I'm going to be shooting or the one that you're going to be shooting? Oh, I don't think so, bro. All right, let's go to work.
Folks, as we always do, we're going to be checking and using 3 different weighted arrows. The first arrow weight is going to be 369 grain arrow. The second arrow is going to be 415 grains. And then the third arrow is going to be 454 grains. We're going to be testing real hunting speed arrows to give you some speed test, some kinetic energy ratings, and a draw force curve on the Insanity CPXL. I'm fixing to draw back and just actually take and kind of tell you about the draw cycle, how it feels in the let-off transition, how the bow feels in your hand. And so we're going to take and do that real quick. Draw is very nice, very smooth, doesn't dump real hard into a valley. You can tell it's got a valley, but the draw cycle to let-off transition is pretty easy. You've got about maybe 1/8 inch, 3/16 before it starts to roll off the cam into the valley. Let's see what the bow feels like. Just a little bit of residual vibration in the riser, which is it's kind of hard not to with a riser this long. But bow is very quiet, very stable in your hand. It's got the attributes of a very accurate shooting bow for long range. I'm going to pull this arrow and I'm going to shoot one more time. Really solid back wall, very comfortable draw. Holds real steady. I mean, I can take and move my hand and the arrow is not torquing at all. Balances, slightly tilts back, rocks forward. It has a lot of the attributes of the Invasion as far as feel, but it's just a lot more balanced in your hand. Let's get on into the speeds for the arrow weight speeds. First arrow being 369 grains, shot from a 60-pound, 29-inch Bowtech Insanity CPXL. 369 grains, 60 pounds, 29 inches. (287 feet per second). Next one is 415 grains. 271 feet per second. This is a 454 grain arrow. .260 feet per second. We had 271 and then 260. Folks, we're going to translate that into kinetic energy, and we're going to check the draw force curve, and we'll be right back. Folks, we're going to check the draw force curve using the Easton bow force mapper. Poundage was 59.4 and had a 12.1 holding weight. We're going to print that out. Alright folks, you all seen the results from the arrow speed test with the CPXL using 3 different arrow weights. We've got the results for the kinetic energy. On the first arrow that shot 287 feet per second out of a 369 grain arrow, it actually generated 67.50 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. The second arrow, which was 415 grains, excuse me, and shot 271 feet per second, had 67.69 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. And the 454 grain arrow that shot 260 feet per second generated 68.16 feet per second. And then I want to show you the draw force curve right here. Get Kevin to zoom in on that. Alright folks, you can see right here in the draw cycle where it goes off into the valley how rounded it is. It doesn't have an indentation where it pops up or down. It's very smooth, so the transition into the valley is very smooth. You can see where peak weight was 59.4 and then stored energy was 63.2. The power stroke was 17.5, and then the holding weight was 12.1, which is about 80 to 81% let off, depending on your draw length. Folks, I'm going to tell you, man, that the stored energy versus the kinetic energy was a little higher, and that's due to the performance of the overdrive cam system and how efficient that cam system is. Alright folks, we've showed you the test results from the Insanity CPXL. We encourage you to go out to your local Bowtech dealer, try one, shoot it. If you were an Invasion fan, you're really going to like the draw cycle of this bow. And be honest with you, even though it's a 35-inch axle-to-axle bow, it does not feel like a 35-inch axle-to-axle bow. It performs really well, handles really well in your hand. And I think it's going to be a big seller this year, especially guys that like to spot and stock, long-range shooting. I think Bowtech hit a home run with the CPXL just like they did with the regular Insanity.
Now, what do you like better? You like the Insanity CPX or the Insanity CPXL? What's your favorite now that you've tried both?
Well, man, I got to be honest here. I like the Insanity. It stores a lot of energy. It's a really fast bow, but I'm going to have to rest on that buttery draw cycle that the XL's got and just the way it holds and feels, man. So definitely the CPXL is my top pick.
All right, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to leave it at, he knows how to work on bows, he just knows which one is best. Leave that to me. Thanks, buddy. All right, everybody, thank you very much for your time. If you happen to find yourselves in North Central Texas, I'd encourage you to stop by Kearns, Texas, Rednek Booda Outdoors. Visit my friend Jerry Reeves, or you can visit him online at www.rednekboodaoutdoors.com. And you can visit me anytime you'd like also at www.just-hunt.com. We'll see you next time.
Next year's doves until you know winter's on the way. Brushing blinds and deer stands, the fever starts to creep. Fill our freezers full of ducks, lots of tender deer. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here.